Hello guys, welcome to the next video on JavaFx tutorial for beginners. In this video, we will see how to use file chooser in JavaFx. So first of all, what is a file chooser? So for example, when you go to some software and for example in Eclipse IDE, when you go to file and then click this open file and this dialog opens, which is for choosing the files. So this is due to file chooser in JavaFX. So you can use file chooser to open this kind of dialog to select the files. Okay, so let's see how we can use file chooser in JavaFX. So I have created a basic project in which I have this main.java class in which I have added this main.fxml file, and I have created this fxml file which is right now blank, and I have this main controller.java class which is also a skeleton, so nothing in there. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just open my main.fxml using scene builder, and this is my main.fxml, and in here I'm going to choose some controls here. First control is to take a button, so I will take two buttons, and I will take a list view from here to display the file names. Okay, the first button, I'm going to change the text of this button to select one file. Okay, so using this button we are going to select a single file, and the second button I'm going to name it as select multi files. Next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this code category here, and I will choose the first button and I will give it any ID. So for example btn1 for the first button and btn2 for the second button. Okay, and I will give this list view ID, so just write list view here. Okay, so we have given the ID to all these three controls here. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to add the controller class here to this fxml file. So go to the left hand corner here and choose the controller from here and choose your application.main controller class which we have created. Okay, now save your code and go to your Eclipse IDE and once again refresh your project, and now we are going to write some code for this. So we are going to declare three variables, two for our buttons and one for the list view. So I have created these three variables, button 1, button 2 and list view, and don't forget to give the same name as you have given here. So ID must be same for the button 1, button 2 and list view as you have declared here. Okay, now what we are going to do here is we are going to create two methods here, one for button 1 action event and second for button 2 action event. So I have created these two methods. First is for button 1 action perform method and second is for button 2 action perform method. Now I'm going to go to my first button action perform method, and in here I'm going to declare a file chooser object. So file chooser fc is equal to new file chooser, and just import file chooser from JavaFX stage, and then take this file chooser object, and first of all we will declare a file object which will give us the selected file. So just write selected files, and then take your file chooser object and call a show open dialog method here, and as an argument just pass null, and then you can just add the imports here for the file. So just add this java io import and then just check for the selected file if it's null or not. So just choose this selected file, and if it's not null then we are going to display the selected file, otherwise we are going to say that the file is wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my list view to show the files. So just take list view and call a get items method here, and then call add method, and then you can add your selected file. And to get the name of the file, you need to call this method called get name. There are so many options you can choose here. You can choose get absolute path, which will give you the absolute path. You can choose get name, which will give you the name of the file. You can choose parent file or absolute file, or there are so many options. Whatever you want to print, you can choose from here. Right now I just want to print the name of the file, so I will choose get name, but you are free to choose any other method, right? And otherwise we are going to just say sys out, and we are going to print in console that file is not valid. Okay, now save your code and take this method name, and we need to link this method name to our fxml file. So go to scene builder, select the first button here, and go to the codes and select this method, which is button1 action from here. Okay, same you can do for a button 2, so that whenever we write the code it will be there. Okay, and then save your fxml file and refresh your project here, and then run your project. So my app is running now. So when I click this first button here, it's going to open this file chooser, and I can choose any file from here, and it's going to print this name here, test.html, for example. Okay, instead of using this get name, you could have used, for example, get absolute path, or get parent file, or any other method. For example, let's say we choose here get absolute path. Okay, and then save your code and run it once again, and choose any file once again, for example test.html, and now you can see in the list view it's printing the absolute path here. Now there are some options which you can choose with this file chooser. So you can just take your file chooser, and for example you want to set the initial directory which you want to open with the file chooser. You can just call set initial directory, and inside this brackets you can just write new file, and as a constructor you can give the path which you want to open. So for example, I want to open some specified path. I will just take some path and just give it here, and then replace all your backslashes by double slashes. Okay, and save your code and run it. And now when I click this button, it's going to open my specified directory whose path I have given here. Okay, now for example you just want to open the PDF file, so you want to filter the files which you want to show to the user. You can use fc dot get extension filter dot add all, and inside the bracket you can just write new extension filter, and as an argument you can just give the text which you want to show in the file chooser, and then you can give the filter here. For example, you just want to show the PDF file, you can just write asterisk.pdf here, so it's going to only show the PDF file, and then fix the import for the extension filter. Just import extension filter from here, and then run your code. And then when I click this select one file button, and then I will browse for some path here, and now you can see it only shows the PDF file. So you can see here this is the option we have given, so PDF files, and it's filtering the PDF files on the basis of our filter. Right now let's say we want to choose the multiple files, so I'm going to copy the same code and go to the second method which I have created for the button 2 and paste it here. And here we are going to just change one line of code, which is this line, and instead of using file we are going to use the list of files. So just write list and then just use the list of file, and you can say selected files here. And instead of using show open dialog, we are going to use show open multi dialog. Okay, so just call show open multi dialog here and add the import for the list from Java utils. Okay, and this is now multi files, and inside the if condition I'm going to add a for loop to iterate over the list of files. So just use this for loop which says int I is equal to 0, I is less than selected file, which is our list dot size, and then I plus plus. And inside the for loop we are going to add to the list view one item at a time. So just take this selected files, then call a method called get, and you can provide the index of the selected list using this get. So just pass I here to iterate over the list. Okay, and then save your code and run your code once again. And now I'm going to select the second button, and I'm going to browse for some location, for example this, and now I can choose multiple files from here, or I can choose all the files, and then I will click open, and now you can see all the files are listed in the list view. Okay, so in this way you can use FileChooser in JavaFX. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.